Hello everyone, and welcome to SimTitan1's Gaming and Tech Talk. Today we are going to be taking a look at this Mitsubishi VCR that I just found at a thrift store today. I paid $7 for it. No clue if it works or not. All I did when I got home was just give it a basic cleaning because the top was incredibly dusty. Looks to be in pretty decent condition. The only sign of wear that I'm seeing on the front is the rewind button has a few scratches on it. And somewhat worryingly, there's a decent amount of corrosion on the bottom panel. So, this is model number HS-U445. So today I am going to be taking it apart, cleaning the heads, and giving it a test. So I got my handy iFixit toolkit here. So I'm going to put you down, open it up, and then let's show you the inside of this beast. Okay, and here's the inside of the VCR. Doesn't look like anything's broken. All the guides are intact, and it doesn't feel like anything's seized up. And then looks like the pinch roller is in decent condition. Just looks like it needs a good cleaning. So I have my alcohol here. And a Q-tip. So all I do to clean out VCRs is to soak a Q-tip in alcohol and just go around and gently clean all the heads. And you do not want to use a Q-tip on the video heads. I will show you how I do that afterwards. Nothing really coming up there. My Q-tip moistened again, and then just want to make sure that we're cleaning the capstan. It's a little bit awkward to do this to the camera. And obviously you just want to go around the whole thing, make sure that we're getting all sides of it. Although so far it looks like this thing is relatively clean. Other things we want to clean are these tape guides right here. Make sure there's no debris on them. So dirty VCR is one of the main reasons that they will eat a tape, aside from a mode switch failure or broken belts. I can see a little bit coming off. I'll switch to the other side right here. And then got this tape guide. And make sure we're getting everything that makes contact with the tape. And obviously be very careful when you're working close to the video heads. And then last thing you want to clean is the erase head. And there's a fair amount of gunk on that. Now to clean the video heads, like I said, you don't want to use a Q-tip because it does have little fibers that can snag the heads. Let's see if I can spin this around and find one. Okay, there it is. So it's very easy to snag one of these heads with a Q-tip and just rip them out. If that happens, it's the end of the line for the VCR because replacement video heads are pretty much impossible to find unless you want to buy a parts machine. So what I do is, I'm just going to put you down for a second. I'm soaking a piece of just plain printer paper with alcohol. Shake off the excess. And then what I do is hold the paper against the head, put a little bit of pressure, but not much at all, and then turn the drum counterclockwise. Because I'm recording this handheld today, I'm going to have to stop the recording, but I'll show you everything that comes off once I'm done. Alright, I'm back. I gave the heads a good cleaning, and on focus. So a little bit of dirt came off, but nothing too bad. So other things you could check are belts. With this machine, I believe you'd have to take the entire transport out to check the belt on the bottom. So I'm going to take a risk, and I'm not going to do that. Other areas of concern are the mode switch. If that gets oxidized, the VCR can get all confused, and usually what happens, it'll just eat the tape or freak out when you put a tape in. But once again, that's underneath all of this, and if possible, I would like to avoid doing that. So I'm going to stop the recording for just a moment, and I'm going to get this plugged in, and then we can give this thing a test. Okay, I have it plugged in, and I have a clock display, which is a good sign. So let's hit the power button and see if we get any response on the TV. Okay, I have a display. I am not getting anything on the TV. Let me just make sure that I have everything plugged in. Looks like I do. Okay. There's a chance that it might be normal behavior for this VCR. I might get a picture when I put a tape in. So let's try that. So here's my sacrificial tape. I don't care about if anything goes wrong with it. So this is the first time putting a tape into this VCR. Alright. Alright. Hit play. Tape is moving. Do you have a picture on the screen? Unfortunately, my TV has a bad habit of blanking out anything but a perfect picture, and this tape has been munched up several times by quite a few VCRs. Alright, let's grab the remote for my stereo receiver, and let's see if I'm getting any sound.
Underground, in a city torn apart by rival cults.
I am.
A renegade mercenary is asked, what side are
Okay, let's turn this down. I do not want to get struck by copyright. And let's try fast forward. It's working. Back to play. It's working. And then rewind. Perfect. It did not like that. It just shut down completely. Alright. Give me a moment, I'm going to do some troubleshooting. Alright, we're back in business. So what happened was this outlet splitter that I have, it must have come loose because everything in that outlet stopped working. But once I unplugged it and then plugged it back in, it started working again. So let's put the tape back in. Kind of weird how it hesitates a little bit to load the tape. But play. Would help if I plug in the video cable. Hang on just a moment. There we go. And I have video again. So let's go to fast forward. Seems to be working normally. Play. And rewind. Working. And let's do stop and eject. This machine's nice. It ejects nice and quickly. So let's load the tape in again. It's one of the only VCRs I've ever seen that doesn't autoplay when you put a tape in. You have to push the play button. Can't think of why it could be doing that. It's possible that it could be an option in the settings, but you'd think after being unplugged for so long that the settings would have been reset. Might also just be normal for this model of VCR. Let's go to eject again. Nice that it doesn't eat the tape. Seems like I'm gonna have a working VCR, unlike that Sony VCR I was taking a look at. So right now I'm just taking a look at that switch that detects whether or not the tape's blank or not. So it seems like it's free. Let's load the tape one more time, do a final test, and then we'll wrap the video up. Okay, push play. Get video. Let's do stop, and then let's do a full fast forward test. That's up to a really nice speed. This is what the tape counter's doing. Okay, and then stop. And rewind. And I'm going to let it rewind to the beginning to make sure the tape end sensor is working. So if it's working correctly, just before it reaches the end of the tape, it should stop. This thing goes fast. That was vibrating my table. That was pretty cool. Okay, it's slowed down just before it reaches the end, which is normal. Okay, and then just doing the final bit very slowly, which I like. I like because there's no danger of snapping the tape. A lot of VCRs, it'll just slam stop, and that's a good way to break your tape. Because a lot of the tapes are getting really old, and whatever adhesive they use to hold it to the spool, it's starting to fail. Alright. And that noise you heard was a crunched portion of tape running past the heads. Alright, let's do a final eject cycle, and then I'll call this video over. Here we go. Perfect. So I have a fully functional Mitsubishi HS-U445. Thank you for watching, everyone.